And hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Gridiron Gabbin here on SteelersGab.com as well as on NFLGridironGab.com. And I'm pleased to be joined tonight by one of the Super Bowl champions from, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers of last season. It's linebacker Keyaron Fox. Keyaron, how are you today?
Oh, doing great. How's it going?
Excellent. Glad to catch up with you again. We're going to talk a little bit about your foundation in this interview, as well as your event you've got coming up this weekend, the Will of Steel weekend down in Atlanta. We'll catch up with you a little bit about that. But first of all, tell me about the off-season. How's it going for you? And obviously, you're probably in the stretch run, if you will, before training camp kicks off.
Yeah, this is the last little stretch right here. We started training camp on July 31st. And, I've been in Atlanta pretty much the whole off-season, getting ready, getting right, training, and, just trying to keep my body in shape and get ready for this camp.
Is it a little bit different because, of course, you guys played so late? I mean, you played the last real football game that meant anything in February, and it probably seemed like the off-season might have been a little bit shorter for you, I imagine.
Well, yeah, it was a lot shorter than for me, especially, because I've never really gone far in the playoffs. But, I think the coaches did a good job of giving us ample amount of time to get our bodies rested. And, we went through OTAs, and we got through that pretty good. Not too many injuries. And, guys are really excited and ready to get back to playing football.
What was that like down in Tampa, Keyaron? Obviously, you joined the Steelers. You signed a 2-year deal with them in the off season, and I'm sure that you knew their level of play and that you knew that they're pretty obviously a very good football team. But you had to be surprised, even yourself, maybe a little bit, finding your way to Tampa Bay for the first Sunday in February.
Oh, I definitely was surprised. It was just a good feel. It was a good look. Kind of towards the middle of the season. It was definitely a feeling like I never felt before, where I could tell like a lot of guys, we were just expecting to go far, and, a lot of guys were working hard and really pushing towards that. And so when we got to the playoffs, we didn't hesitate. We didn't, everybody, I guess still a lot of people on the team, they've been in that position before, so they knew exactly how to prepare, and they coached some of the first-time guys or the younger guys on how to prepare and keep your bodies in shape and get ready to make this last little push towards the Super Bowl. But Tampa, it was feeling like no other. You definitely could tell that there was only 2 teams left in the NFL that were battling it out, because it seemed like every fan and all eyes were on us. So, it was a great feeling. Had a great turnout, perfect weather. So, it was really a great moment to embrace.
Again, we're talking with Keyaron Fox, Steelers linebacker. And Keyaron, were you surprised at all? Obviously, it came pretty quickly. You signed a contract with the Steelers on April 6th to come back for 2 years at a little under $2 million. Were you surprised at all that, it got done so quickly? Was this what you wanted? Or, obviously you win a Super Bowl title. I assume that obviously your first choice was to return to the Steelers.
Exactly. I was really set on staying. I really was not trying to go anywhere. I wanted to come back and play with the organization. And so, we just had a couple talks, between the owner, the managers, and the GM, with my agent and myself, Coach Tomlin and the linebacker coach. I was in and out of town talking to them, and everybody could tell, they wanted me back, I wanted to come back. So we came to an agreement fairly quickly. So, I wouldn't be out there on the market too long, and they didn't want me stressing. So we got that done fairly quickly, and I was able to come back and return with Pittsburgh.
Again, Keyaron Fox, linebacker for the Steelers. He'll be back signing a 2-year deal in April with the club. Keyaron, let's talk a little bit about the Will of Steel weekend taking place down in Atlanta. That'll be coming up this weekend. First of all, tell me a little bit about your foundation. How long have you had that going, and what exactly is your foundation all about, the Keyaron Fox Foundation?
Well, I just started my foundation since the Super Bowl, and right now we're still going through a lot of the paperwork and getting everything legalized. But, I just found it in my heart after winning the Super Bowl. It was so important to me, and it really humbled me that I felt like it was time for me to start really giving back to the community. So I started up the Keyaron Fox Foundation, which is targeted towards youth sports. And our mission is pretty much to just help kids achieve success and reach their goals through education and sports. And so far what we've done is partnered up with a couple of the local park and recreations that's around the area that I grew up with, and we're putting on the Will of Steel weekend. And what that is, we got an athletic camp in the morning for ages 8 through 12, and we have a cheerleading camp for the young ladies, a fitness camp for the parents. All this takes place in the AM between 9 and 12. And then after 12 o'clock, we open up the park to pretty much what I like to call the K-Fox experience, which is kind of basically, if anyone's been to the NFL experience, it's kind of like that same type of thing where you have the moonwalkers with the the moonwalkers with the obstacle courses and all that type of stuff, and, you know, throwing games, and, you know, it's really, and we have one coming out doing a basketball tournament, so it's going to be a action-packed day, something exciting for the people in the community, something to get kids, you know, focused back on the parks and recreation and being focused on playing sports and not being distracted by some of the other things that goes on in the community.
And of course, being down in Atlanta, I assume that's where you're from originally, Keyaron?
Exactly. I'm from College Park. I went to Westlake High School and went to Georgia Tech. So, you know, I'm kind of a homegrown native around here. I know a lot of people, and, you know, people have been supporting me since I started playing rec ball, and they kind of follow my career. So I got a lot of people around there very excited. They're really happy to see, you know, the Steelers go to the Super Bowl and see me, you know, as part of that organization. So, you know, everybody's amped up, and we're looking for a great turnout on Saturday.
Again, Keyaron Fox, Steelers linebacker. Keyaron, before we let you go, how do people get in touch with you or get in touch with your organization, and where do you find out more information about the Will of Steel weekend this weekend down in Atlanta? How do they get involved with it?
Okay, I got a website, the KeyaronFoxFoundation.org. You can go online and check out. It has the mission. It has a small photo gallery, and it definitely has the event that we're doing Saturday on that. So I encourage all the Steeler Nation to go on there, check it out, see what we're about. If you're in the Atlanta area, bring your kids, bring yourself, and just come on out and enjoy a fun day with us.
All right, that again is Keyaron Fox, linebacker of the Steelers. Keyaron, best of luck this season. Best of luck with your foundation as well, my friend. We'll keep up to date with that and get in touch with you in the future.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you. That again, Keyaron Fox, linebacker of the Pittsburgh Steelers, here on NFL GridironGab.com and on Steelers Gab.